In a recent intercession aimed at mitigating the escalating conflict in Gaza, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has communicated a strong message to Israeli officials. During an interaction with Benny Gantz, a prominent member of the Israeli War Cabinet, Vice President Harris expressed the United States' concerns for the ongoing humanitarian crisis. This engagement arises amid increased Israeli military operations in the southern part of Gaza, particularly in Rafah, where approximately 1.5 million people reside. These inhabitants, many of whom are refugees of the ongoing conflict, are densely packed into a region that has seen escalated bombardment by Israel in the previous month. The conversation, as described by the White House, underscored the urgency of formulating a credible and implementable humanitarian plan before any major military initiative in Rafah. This comes as the international community increasingly worries about the potential for a severe humanitarian disaster in the region. Vice President Harris also amplified calls for an immediate ceasefire, echoing her sentiments from an earlier statement which condemned the inhumane conditions faced by the civilians in Gaza. She reiterated the United States' long-standing support for Israel's right to defend itself, while emphasizing the necessity of increasing humanitarian aid to the embattled enclave. The dialogue with Vice President Harris occurred despite the lack of formal sanction for Gantz's visit to Washington by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, highlighting the significance the U.S. places on direct communication in times of crisis. The developments come as Israel intensifies its critique of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, the key provider of humanitarian aid in Gaza. Israel has accused 450 of the agency's employees of being affiliated with militant groups, a claim which UNRWA vehemently denies. The accusations have prompted major international funders to withhold substantial financial support from the agency. Moreover, the UN envoy focusing on sexual violence in conflict, Pramila Patten, brought forward alarming allegations stating there are reasonable grounds to believe that sexual violence and torture have been committed by Hamas. As this intricate situation unravels, the safety of UNRWA's employees and the continuation of their critical missions in Gaza and the wider region are being jeopardized by Israeli allegations of the agency's purported connections to the attacks on 7th of October, which have led to large-scale violent repercussions. The discussions between the U.S. and Israeli officials exemplify the delicate balance between addressing security concerns and ensuring the protection of human rights. As the region grapples with the prospect of sustained violence and aggression, the international community's role in advocating for peaceful resolutions and the provision of aid has proven to be more vital than ever. Listeners can stay informed on the evolving situation by subscribing to Sky News Daily podcasts and staying tuned for updates on the challenging and complex peace dynamics in the Middle East.